What's up, guys? Jay, MorninAfterKill, and welcome back. Ooh, you know we need you. Right here is where you need you. Yes, that's right. Last week, we took an unexpected break from the Q&A to push a couple introspective Road to 30 style updates. But there's no need to worry because, sometimes binges happen, sometimes they don't. But the Q&A is a staple of my channel, so even if it goes away, it won't ever be for long, and it won't ever be permanent. But yes, sadly, the Q&A sometimes does have to take a back seat. They get put on the back burner sometimes to make room for other videos as well. But have no fear, the Q&A is here. So if you're new to this is how it works. You leave a question in the comment section down below if you want to. You don't have to. But if you'd like to, leave a question in the comment section down below on this video, and this video only. I know some of you guys get questions during the week and you leave them on other videos with tags like, "This is for your Q&A, MAK." But to make things fair and easier for everyone involved, mainly myself, because I don't want to go look through 90 fucking goddamn videos to find the goddamn questions that you're asking. So I only look at the comments and the questions on the Q&A to incorporate into the video. But if you leave a Q down below, then it's possible that I'll be giving you some of my A next week. But let's not waste any more time talking this rah shit, and how about we get into talking to some more of that blah blah shit, right? Yeah. With the first question coming from the Best I Am 3, who wants to know why my Q&As are mostly becoming more and more about the negative or down points in my life, and he wants to know how I remain so positive even when discussing some of the harder things that I've had to deal with in my life, some of the things that I've experienced, which is a question that I get a lot, and it's a fairly valid question. But to answer this, I'm gonna have to break this into two sections, because there's something I've noticed as well. So when you point out something that I've been feeling my own self, it's nice to acknowledge that I'm not the only person that's noticing this shit. But yeah, a lot of questions on my Q&A are about a lot of the adversity that I've faced throughout my life. And it's not like I come down and I sit down at my computer on Sunday and I'm like, well, let's go ahead and pick out some questions that are extremely heartbreaking and depressing in nature. It's the same way that people who are curious about some of my experience, they don't come to my video and sit down and be like, let's see what the worst memory that we could drag out of MAK's sordid past today. It's just human nature that other people are interested in life from another perspective, especially since your life is unique to your own self, and we only get one shot through life. We don't get to respawn. So listening to other people's trials and tribulations, their stories, what they've gone through, usually helps put their own life into perspective. However, I use that same perspective that people look at my life to put theirs into perspective. I use that to put my own life in order and to keep myself going and to keep myself in check as well. And I know some people probably won't understand it because it's hard to believe that life can get worse than some of the shit that I've been through. But that's the one thing that's always kept me going. The one constant in my life, sadly, is the fact that other people have life much worse than I do. And it's not just enough to know that fact. but to see it, it's a totally different story. And I'm not just talking about, third world countries where poverty runs rampant and, nope. I'm talking about right here in your own backyard. If you ever think that you got it bad, worse is right around the corner. I mean, it sucked growing up poor and my mother ruining my childhood. That's a tough pill for anyone to swallow. But whenever I feel bad about any of the things that I've experienced, I think, man, what about the 5-year-old kid that's laying in the hospital bed like 2-3 miles away from me right now with terminal cancer, who wouldn't mind growing up poor or talking about how bad their childhood was, as long as they have a chance to grow up and look back on their childhood. That 5-year-old kid, he's not gonna grow up. He won't ever get that chance. Or, when I read stories like 2 days ago, there's a 10-year-old girl that pushed 2 toddlers out of the way of a car and died saving their lives. A 10-year-old girl giving up her life to save 2 children. So yeah, it's all about perspective. Whether you're getting the perspective from my story or I'm getting it from somebody else, I'm fairly certain that's why a lot of people gravitate towards some of the more negative and downtrodden things from my past, because it's good to have a little bit of perspective every now and then. And the next question comes from I Want Meatloaf. God damn it! Now I want meatloaf! I fucking hate you, god damn it! I hate you so bad! I'm gonna get some fucking meatloaf today. I've already had meatloaf earlier this week too, but god damn if it wasn't good. It's some good ass fucking meatloaf. But he wants to know if I have any guilty pleasures that I am not particularly fond of. Yeah. Yeah. I think we all do, don't we? I mean, it's human nature to have some sort of guilty pleasure that you enjoy taking part of in life that other people might look down upon. Some people it's porn, other people it's watching people get hurt on YouTube being dumbasses, or like the rest are most regrettably responsible for Guy Fieri's career on the Food Network. God damn it, I fucking hate Guy Fieri so much! But for some reason, I can't stop watching him. So, I guess that would be a guilty pleasure. But I know what you're looking for. You're looking for some gossip, something juicy, deep down, a regrettable, dark, dirty, nasty, guilty pleasure, right? I know that's what you're looking for. And believe me, I got one. And it goes against everything in my nature. And that's why it's a guilty pleasure. Because it's fucking petty. It's so petty, you might as well name him Tom. Get him to form a band with the motherfucking Heartbreakers. But yes, I have a guilty pleasure. And I guess over my time on YouTube, there have been YouTubers in the past that's started beef with me, or they tried calling me out thinking that I'm gonna go ahead and make a response video and give them a little bit of free publicity. That's not how MAK rolls. It's not how I work. But I like to pretend that I don't see that shit, like it don't bother me. However, sometimes late at night when I'm stuck at that junction between I'm so fucking tired and I'm too tired to sleep, like somewhere in between there, I like to go back and look at some of those motherfuckers that called me out back in the day, check out their channels. I know I shouldn't, but fuck if it doesn't feel good to see if they lost interest in their channel or stopped uploading or quit YouTube. Or even better, if they still upload and they never got what they wanted out of trying to call me out. I know for sure that other YouTubers do this, because I've talked to a few that have talked about this before. And I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that will admit it. But God damn it! Everyone loves a little bit of validation. We seek it. Love it. We crave it. Especially when it comes at other people's expenses. That brings us to the titular question of the video from Lightning Malloy, who wants to know what was better for me to grow, YouTube or Twitch? That's a funny ass question to me. Because back when I started YouTube, there was no such thing as Twitch. Twitch didn't exist. In fact, my Twitch account that I stream off of right now, my MorninAfterKill account, is so old that it's older than Twitch itself. And my account on Twitch comes from their original streaming parent site, Justin.tv, where I used to be a moderator on the Dragon Ball Z channel. It used to just be a site that people used to play like episodes of TV all day long. You would have friends playing on loop all day long. Dragon Ball Z was playing all day long. I used to go there and check out some of the old episodes of the televisions that I like. And eventually the whole copyright thing called up to Justin TV. They did make a side project called Twitch.tv for the video games, and they separated it, and they decided that Twitch was more lucrative. Justin.tv was just a lawsuit waiting to happen, and Twitch rose, Justin TV fell, and that's pretty much how Twitch came about. But here's the thing about the difference between Twitch and YouTube for me. I have a very, very low attention span, and I can't help it. It's just how I am. So when it comes to something like Twitch, I can't stream for 7 or 8 hours straight like some people can. It just doesn't work. You know, even outside of Twitch, I'll be playing video games for like an hour or two, and gradually my mind starts to wander to other things. I'll be sitting there and I'm playing and the sticks are clickety-clacking and my foot starts to tap and my ass starts to squirm in my seat, and it feels like an itch that overcomes my entire body that needs to be scratched. And the more that I sit there and play, the more restless I become, and I can feel it. And it starts to build up from my legs all the way up my body, and when it hits my eyes, I'm gone. My eyes will catch something in my room, whether it's something on my computer screen or my TV, and it just catches my eye. Boop! My attention span is gone. Done. I gotta get the fuck up and move on to something else. So YouTube really speaks to me in the fact that I can play as much or as little as I want and still be able to make videos for you guys on a daily basis. But since I don't stream or play video games for that matter for more than like 2 or 3 hours at a time, you know, most people on Twitch just get disappointed with my streams. Like, oh, I just got here 2 hours ago. You're not a true video gamer if you can't play for 10 hours straight every single day. Rap. And they start their Twitch memes and their kappas and their PJ salts and all that shit. I don't know. I don't feel like I really fit in and belong with the Twitch crowd because I don't spend 10 to 12 hours streaming, you know? So I guess the flexibility of YouTube just lends itself better to me. And, you know, even though that's not what you asked, that's what I answered, because I don't really think it would be possible for someone who streams as little as I do to actually grow a decent sized following on Twitch. You know, I feel like just discussing the nuances between doing Twitch and doing YouTube kind of answers your question in an indirect way, since it pertains back to your original subject matter at hand in some way, shape, or form. It does, I swear! Just having a hard time verbalizing the correlation between my answer in your question at the moment, but I'm pretty sure your comprehension skills can fill in the blank there. That finally brings us to the last question from Alan Sham, who wants to know what I think about the Holocaust and what happened during it. Ah! God damn it! This just hurts my head so bad. Like, dude, no offense. I don't like to call people out on their questions from the Q&A, but I've been seeing this a whole hell of a lot on the internet lately, especially with the younger generation that grew up with the internet, on the internet, and people that question the Holocaust and whether or not it actually happened during World War II, or if it's just an elaborate hoax to build sympathy for the Jewish people and their whole Gaza Strip, Palestine, Jerusalem debacle in the Middle East. Without going into that ungodly shitstorm of a situation happened out there, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot fucking pole. Nope. Not even gonna touch that. But on the issue of the Holocaust and how I feel, like honestly, like what do you expect me to sit here and say? Like, oh yeah, Hitler, man. What a misunderstood dude, man. He was really trying his best out there. Like, what? Nah, man, come on. The Holocaust was real, dude, and it's a fucking atrocity. It's what it is. It is a stain on the short history of humanity. But it's a stain that shouldn't ever be removed. Shouldn't ever be covered up. And it damn sure should never be forgotten. I don't care what race, nationality, give a fuck what religion you are. I don't care. But to deny the suffering of millions of humans, millions, the systemic extermination and complete utter disregard for human life on such a massive scale, to even question how anyone feels about that should be unnecessary. And you know, it goes back to when World War II was actually happening, and the United States Armed Forces and the Allied forces, they made their way through Germany after storming through Normandy. They took Europe back, and you know, when they reached Germany, and Dwight D. Eisenhower, General Eisenhower at the time, said it best when they reached Auschwitz concentration camp, and they seen the horror, and he said, document everything. Take evidence. Take pictures of everything. Because he said this is so horrifying that one day people will refuse to believe that it happened. Because no one wants to believe that humans are capable of such disgusting acts. Like, not only just murder, but murdering hundreds and thousands of people on a daily basis, and just throwing their dead bodies carelessly, willy-nilly, into a pit, stacked one on top of each other like diseased and dead cattle. So, if you want to know what I think about the Holocaust, honestly, it's the same way that every decent human being should think about the Holocaust, or any senseless loss of life, for that matter. So to trivialize something as huge as the Holocaust was in human history, it's just...
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
So, my name is Jay. What did I have to kill? I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe, If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. Make sure you leave a question in the comment section down below. This is a subscriber-driven series. Without your cues, I can't give you any of my A. Well, I can give you some of my A, but would you want it? Would you want it? So, my name's Jay. MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later.